all week. This gonna be face all week. Go sleep like this. Like that. That's how I'm be sleeping. Like that. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my girl channel, okay? Y'all need to subscribe to her channel. Try to do some things, okay?
Yes. Welcome back to my channel. Nancy back. I'm back. The makeup looks good. Stop stealing. Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. So, as you guys can see here today, we have a visitor.
Hi, you guys.
This is Jerica. Jerica, you go ahead and tell them what your YouTube channel is before I forget.
Hi, you guys. I'm Victorious J here.
So Jerica and I are doing this collaboration. She's going to be cute today. She has a wedding that she's going to. So we are kind of combining this video as a collaboration for both of our channels. So if you guys want to see her full look, like I'll have a snippet on mine, but to see her full look of her video, make sure you head over to her channel, like, comment, and subscribe to her channel also. I'll have all of her information down in the description box. This video on my end is going to just be the makeup part of her video. So we're just going to do her makeup on camera so you guys can see how that looks, and everything else you'll get to see on her channel when you go visit her channel. Okay?
Yes.
So we're just going to jump right into the video.
What you know about rolling down in the...
Okay guys, so here we are. I think I had already started drawing on Jerica's eyebrow by the time I realized that I didn't press record. But anywho, so I've already started on that brow, and I'm going to show you guys me doing this next one. We did so much talking in this video, I had to edit so much out of it. We stopped and was on Snapchat, with her showing me different things to do on Snapchat and everything. This video ended up being an hour and a half long, and as of right now, I've gotten it down to like 27 minutes, but I still have to add Jerica's clips into the video. And as I'm editing, maybe I will see some other things that I can do to cut it down even more. I tried to cut it down some so that it wouldn't be super long. I didn't want like a 45-minute video for you guys to have to watch, but I did get it down quite a bit. So I did both brows. As you can see, they are both done now, and I'm just putting the primer on her eyelid. Normally I drag down some of the, like when I do the underbrow and I highlight underneath, I'll drag that down to the lid, but I didn't have that much access on when I did Jerica's eyes, so I didn't have to drag that much down. So I am putting this primer on. This is Urban Decay's Primer Potion. This is a primer that I've used for a very long time, but I honestly feel like there's something better out there that I could use. I just have not, searched or tried. I do have paint pots and all of that stuff, but I want something quick and that I could just squirt out of a bottle. But I guess I'll find that one day. But I don't wear makeup as much as I used to, so that's why I haven't been on a hunt to actually, find one that I just love. I'm sure by now there's something out better than this Primer Potion. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But here I'm just blending it out on her eyelid. Now, the look that I decided to go with, and you guys will see on when I start doing her eyes, I started doing Jerica's eyes just off of a look that I came up with in my own head. I didn't ask her what color she was wearing or anything. I just started doing her makeup, because in my mind I knew she was going to a wedding, so I wanted something that wasn't, if you guys notice, my makeup is not like, I don't do the drastic trendy Instagram looking makeup. I like elegant, soft, classy, timeless looks. My main as far as my makeup goes, used to be Timeless Faces. I've changed it a few times. At first I think I was Kissing Makeup when I first started. And then I found out there was another girl here, actually on the coast, that had the same name. So I was like, you know what, I'll just change my name. Even though we spelled it differently, but I mean, you want to still have a separate name. So I changed my name from Kissing Makeup to Timeless Faces, because that was kind of the theme of what my brand that I wanted it to go by. Like I wanted you to be able to see a look that I did today and see the look 5 years from now, whether it be video or picture, and still love the look that you got, because it's a timeless face. Like I don't do the trendy things that will go out of style within a matter of months or like a year, and so then you look back on your pictures and like, oh my god, what was I thinking getting my makeup done like that? Because it was in style at the time. Every wedding that I've done, I always do timeless makeup, so that when they look back on the pictures, they're not embarrassed to show the pictures, or they don't hate to see the pictures themselves. Like, they still love the makeup because it was a timeless face. So that was my name that I went by for years, actually, until I started like dabbling and adding other things to what I did. When I started changing, I was like, I need a name that I'm going to be able to stick with no matter what I do. Hence me deciding to just go with Nidiyad on everything. So I put my name on everything so that everybody knows that, I mean, it's my name. People already know it. So it's my name, my face, everything is attached. So yeah, that was a long drawn out story, but that's the reason why I choose my makeup on the looks that I did. Like I said, for Jerica, I didn't ask her what she was wearing, because she told me she was going to a wedding, and she did tell me that she wanted to keep her look on after the wedding, and I didn't want her having to decide, you know, what to wear based off of her makeup. So I did her makeup so that she could wear her look for the wedding and continue to keep it on no matter what she changed into that day or the next day if she wanted to keep her makeup on. So I went with a very neutral look as far as her makeup. As you can see, her eyes are neutral. She can wear, this was a night wedding, so I also went with a little darker eyeshadow on the outside, because this was a late wedding that she was going to. I think the wedding was like at 5 o'clock, so that's one of the reasons I went with a darker look. And I'm right here, I'm just applying. I have been rambling on so much. It's so easy to do voiceovers though, so I can just talk. But right here, I'm just doing her eyeliner. I've already done one eye, and I'm just doing this other one. Now, as far as the lashes go, when I do lashes, I normally, when I take them out of the pack, I always fit the lashes to the client's eye. I almost always cut the inside or the outside, depending on how the lash is made. I'll cut the very end of the lash off to make sure that it fits my client's eyes, and I try to avoid putting the lash on the very inside of the client's eye, because I find that on myself and on a lot of my clients that part of the eye is really sensitive. So if you have something that's constantly sitting on it, whether it be a strip lash or an extension or an individual lash, a lot of people get really irritated by having something sitting on their eye at the beginning right there. So I've made it a habit to cut the end off to make sure that we can kind of get around that part. But you don't want to cut too much, because you don't want the lash looking too short across the person's eye. So you have to, figure out or learn how to cut it perfectly so that there isn't a wide eyeball or eyelid, and then you have this short lash on the eye. It's you just have to realize how to cut it so that it still fits the person's eye. So that's why I always cut it, and then I put it up against their eyes to see what it looks like before I glue it down, just to make sure that everything is okay. So right here, I am prepping Jerica's skin with this Becca primer. I'm going to use this primer, and I have the Milk Makeup primer that I'm going to use. Jerica did tell me that she has oily skin, and we did this makeup really early. I want to say we were doing this, the wedding was at 5, and I think we were doing her makeup at like 1 or something like that. We did it really early, so keep in mind she had to, and this right here is the Milk Makeup primer that I'm putting over the Becca primer. Do not forget to prime your skin, guys. If you don't want to use a primer, you still need to prep your skin well enough that your makeup will hold no matter how long you're going to have it on. So like I was saying, she was going to have this makeup on for hours before she even went to the wedding that she was going to. So I wanted to make sure that she wasn't battling oil before she even got to the wedding, because we did her makeup really early so that it would last before she got there and last while she was there. So as you can see, I primed her face with the Becca primer and the Milk Makeup primer, and then I went on top of those 2 primers with Laura Mercier transparent setting powder before even putting her foundation on, so that I could make sure that her foundation was matte and that it stayed dry throughout the whole day. Right here in my hand, I have this little eyelash palette, and that's just what I use. When I do my makeup, I put it on the back of my hand, but when I'm doing her makeup, I put it on this little eyelash palette that I was going to throw away. And I had 2 different shades of foundations on there. You guys will see it in a second, but there are 2 different foundations on there because I had to mix her foundation in order for it to match her complexion. And that's one thing about doing other people's makeup. You can say all day long that, oh, I do makeup, oh, this, that. But you have got to know how to mix foundations. You've got to know how to match a person's shade, no matter what their complexion is, no matter how light it is, no matter how dark it is, or in between. You've got to know how to, customize makeup to fit everyone, because no matter how light or dark a person may be, there are going to be plenty of people, I am one, that are going to run into problems trying to get matched with the foundation shades that are in stores now. Because even though they've gotten a lot better, but there are still a lot of times that it's hard, like you can be a hard match. No matter what it looks like in the store, a lot of times I find that I'm a hard match with a lot of the foundation shades that come out. They're either too light or too dark for the complexion that I have. So a lot of times I have to mix for my clients, and sometimes I have to mix for myself. Now the NARS one that I'm using right now, it is a really good shade because I do like to go kind of like a half a shade darker than my natural complexion, because things that match me tend to wash me out. So it's just all about knowing your skin and what you have to do to match it. But you have to know how to do that with other clients.
Mama say it's my fault. It's my fault. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Think it's best I put my heart on nice, heart on nice, 'cause I can't breathe. I'ma put my heart on nice, heart on nice, give me the best of me.
Right here, guys, you can see that I'm putting the makeup on her neck. Now, the reason why I do that is because you don't want the makeup to stop around the outline of your face and then there be the shade of your neck. Although her foundation, I mixed it to match everything perfectly, you still don't want that sharp line that will, be there if you just put the makeup on her face. So you want to drag it around. I always drag it around in places that normally makeup wouldn't be, so that there's no cutoff line. So I'll put it on her face, and then I'll drag it under the ear and a little bit behind the ear, but I'm kind of just blending it out to get rid of any lines. Then of course you take it under the chin and down the neck. So that's why I was doing that. And when I'm taking it down the neck, I'm not applying extra foundation. I'm just kind of getting it off of what was on the brush, getting it off there. You know, just like the excess foundation that was on the brush, to make sure, like I said, that there's no line, so you can't see where the makeup starts and stops. Right here, I'm gonna be highlighting under her eyes, but it's not like a drastic highlight to make it, you know, brighter under her eyes. I'm just highlighting there to kind of clean up underneath her eyes and put like a slight highlight there. But you'll see later that it's gonna match. I didn't do, like I said, any major lightening or anything like that. I like to keep people in their natural complexion. I do not want anyone getting out of my chair looking like I have changed them into someone else. That's not the type of makeup I do. The only way I do that is if I specifically have a client that says, I want heavy highlights, I want this, I want that. If not, my makeup is going to be very plain. I'm all about skin when it comes to makeup. I want you to still be able to see yourself when I get finished. Right here, I'm spraying her setting spray. I sprayed the setting spray on her makeup, I want to say, in this process 3, maybe 4 times to make sure it stayed. You guys did see, but after I put the highlighter under, well, the concealer under her eyes, I actually let it sit there for like 5 minutes before I blended it out. I did cut that part out just to get the video down, but I let it, because that's all it was it sitting there. So I let it sit there for about 5 minutes or so before I blended it out with the tip part of the beauty blender. Right here. Oh, this is it. I thought I cut it out. Sorry. Right here, I'm just showing you. Sorry. That I blended it out. And I blended it out with the tip of the beauty blender. So it's been sitting there for a few minutes. Letting it sit there for a few minutes gives it time to kind of set in, so that you're not blending like a wet, even though it's a cream, it's still kind of moist when you put it on there, and it makes sure that you get more coverage when you're blending it out after you've let it sit. So that's why I let it sit. And right here, I'm blocking the camera, but I'm putting eyeliner underneath her eyelid, on her bottom lid. Isn't it a beautiful thing when you do makeup and you see each step and you can see the steps like coming together? Like when you start a face with no makeup, and then each little thing you do, you start to see your work come together. It is. But right here, I'm just putting bottom mascara on her bottom lashes. Doesn't she look beautiful? We must have had 100 different conversations throughout me doing her makeup. That's why we started so early, because we knew we were going to be talking. We knew that I was going to be filming. So we gave ourselves a lot of time to make sure that we had time to do everything we needed, and that she was early for getting dressed for the wedding, because she still had to do her part. And I was just setting her foundation with the powder. As you can see, we got sidetracked right here. And we started talking about one of the things that I absolutely love, which is layering my body sprays and my perfumes. If you want to see any of those videos that me talking about layering and how to smell good all day, I do have plenty of those videos on my channel. Hygiene is one of my things. So right here behind the camera, I'm just using this. I'm giving her a highlight, but it's not like a drastic sitting on your skin type highlight. As you can see, the highlighter that I have is more so like a bronzer. It's really gold. I absolutely love this highlighter, and I got it from the not the dollar store, I'm sorry, the beauty supply store. I got it from the hair store, and it's, if you put it on heavy, it will give you the look that you have on blush and the highlighter, because it adds color to your complexion. But like I said, I didn't want to do her makeup heavy because, you know, she's going to a wedding and I just wanted it to be glam. Right here, I'm doing her lips with I think it's called Collab. Juvia's Place. It's a brown liner pretty much from Juvia's Place. And this lipstick, I forgot what it is, but I will list the lipstick and the lip liner down in the description, because I forgot what it's called.
You just won't be able to eat.
Oh, that's cute.
If you want it to last.
Okay.
That's the only, well, you can eat, but don't eat your lipstick off. Because it's not a matte lipstick.
Okay.
They're both sheens. And
Okay.
sheen just don't tend to last, but that's the color I wanted to put you in since you was wearing blue.
Okay.
But, so you like it?
I do. It's gonna be my face all week. It's gonna be my face all week. Sweet like that. Yeah.
You messing with this hair. Whole hair gonna be like, leave me alone.
It is, because the top not coming down, honey.
Like I came already
like
styled.
It did like negative.
Sorry y'all for being in this camera. And we are blue. Yay.
It smells so good.
Smells so perfumey.
It does.
It was like she sprayed this girl face 5 times.
They ain't got no earrings. It's fine. Yes! I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like this all week.
Jerica, you gonna be the itchiest.
I'm gonna wake up with like no face.
You're right. Let me see if I can then.
Chin out.
Oh, it won't let me. But this is for step into the camera. Let me see if I can see it.
So excited.
Okay.
So cute. Thank you.
I guess we should have did it. We didn't do no intro, no outro, no nothing. Oh my goodness.
I like it. And my lipstick. That's cute. I'll be scared to wear pink. I wear them, but I be scared to wear
And
them.
it's so funny because I always do the color I feel like people run from. I don't know. I pick up on that every time.
Okay.
I see your makeup online, but you do wear color though. So
I do. I try.
But
That's cute, girl. Thank you, girl. You're gonna be like, who the bride?
crazy.
Oh, that's cute. It's good. I'm excited. Thank you.
We didn't do an intro or outro to this video.
Oh.
So I guess this is the outro. Never mind how I look. This video is not about me. I'm gonna be over here in the corner like this. But what do you guys think about Jerica's makeup?
Fantabulous.
Oh, I
Right?
know.
Right.
Yeah. So you can wear this makeup literally no matter
all
what.
week.
Oh.
All week. It's gonna be on all week. The video after that gonna be all week. All week.
I did it so no matter what, because mind you, when I started doing, well, you guys don't know because most of the video will be muted, but when I started doing her makeup, I didn't even ask her what she was wearing. I think I was done with her eyeshadow by the time I asked her that, because the eyeshadow that I chose, she can wear it with anything. So she can wear it with no matter what color she have on today or tomorrow if she decides to keep her makeup on.
Is.
So, and then her face also same thing. No matter what she decides to put on, she can, you know, wear it. It'll match. That's how I did the makeup. So it turned out beautiful, as you guys can see.
Yes. All week. This gonna be face all week. Go sleep like this. Like that. That's how I'm be sleeping. Like that.
She crazy. But yeah.
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my girl channel, okay? Y'all need to subscribe to her channel. Try to do some things, okay?
Yes.
Subscribe.
All of you that are here on the coast with us, so if you subscribe to my channel and not subscribe to Jerica's channel, go subscribe to Jerica's channel. She's so I know a lot of y'all recognize her, so yeah. Go to her channel, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, all of that good stuff, turn the bell on. Do everything you do for my channel, and vice versa for those of you that don't know me. Hello, my name is Nidiyadbeauty, by the way. Yeah, late on that too, but it's alright.
It is. It's gonna be alright.
We can't even jump right into the video. We ain't do nothing. So maybe we'll do an intro with her already done, but it's gonna be short, so y'all don't try to look too hard.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, so yay! Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you are not subscribed to my channel already and see this video, don't leave without subscribing to my channel. Okay.
Don't you do it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.